Good morning, everyone. Gal. We are playing some more Pokemon Shield, and we are actually picking right back up here at the bottom of Snow Snow Slip, Snow Slide, something like that. Snow Slide Slope. You know that thing that's always really easy to say. Um, you have missed a brief little. Okay, it wasn't actually anything in this game. Uh, basically standing right where I was pretty much, but I went and took the Pokemon that I had not trained yet and quickly just took them aside, leveled them up, evolved them, and got them trained, got their EVs trained. So we now have Melissa fully trained, got some pretty good variety of moves and some decent, well-rounded stats with very low speed. I'm not actually sure exactly how Pincurchin's supposed to be used. But hey, she also has Lightning Rod, which is really nice because it'll allow us to switch in on an electric move. Sand Slash. So this was Sandslash is one of my favorite Pokemon, and I was really enjoying trying to figure out. I've been trying to figure out how to make it work for a while, because its stats are not necessarily great. So yeah, I just kind of rounded it out. It has naturally high defense, and I kind of went with a speed and attack primarily build. I don't actually know if this is the best way to build a Sandslash, but it worked. We're not playing competitive Pokemon here. We're just playing the game, and I think it'll work for that. We've got, again, pretty good variety of moves available. We have Mike, who is our Altaria, special attack speed build. You can build a tankier Altaria, especially, and it actually Cotton Guard. Unfortunately, didn't learn any flying type special attack moves, so maybe that's not the best way to build it, but it works. Technically, if we wanted to get rid of Cotton Guard, we could also toss something else in, and then toss another attack in, like Hyper Voice maybe, and use Assault Vest, so it boost special defense even more. Did go ahead and train up Registeel. Went with a special attack build because I thought that was interesting. From what we had seen of it, gave it a couple moves. Basically, the only thing I changed is I gave it Thunderbolt. So Ryan, went with a special attacks or an attack and speed build. I have not finished training it. I ran out of money. But yeah. Nidoking's a pretty well-rounded, pretty high-end Pokemon in the original gen. Poison Jab, Earthquake, and then kind of rounding it out with Rock Slide and Mega Horn, depending on who we're fighting against. I'm not even sure this is a great build, once again, but it'll work for what we're doing. Iris, special attack, and then a rounded defensive nature. Vaporeon has very high HP and special attack, so good, well-rounded setup there. So the plan with this one is leftovers. First round to use Aqua Ring, which creates so you're getting 2 forms of regeneration, and then you can toss Acid Armor on to boost physical defense to round out its defenses a little bit better, and potentially Scald or Ice Beam. Scald can cause burn, which is even further. Or if you have it partnered with a poison type, or something with toxic, like we tossed that in with something like Sarah here, or Oh, where's something? There's something with Leech Seed. Yeah, Alto. Leech Seed. Something like that would be a really sick duo setup as well. Molly is the one I have not finished training yet, but basically we're going with a special attack build because I've always found it really amusing that Nidoking and Nidoqueen, I believe both, can learn Surf. They actually had that as one of the things for, I want to say one of the speed runs of Pokemon, of the original Pokemon games. So I wanted to just go with that because it amused me. So yeah, we've got Sludge Wave and Earth Power, and I mean honestly, this is a pretty. The roster of moves available was really good, and I actually had some interesting time picking which moves to take even because of that. Like I wasn't even sure we wanted Surf because Ice Beam hits a lot of the same weaknesses as Surf. Actually, it hits a lot more weaknesses than Surf. Um, but I went with it just because there wasn't a great. Oh wait, no. Flamethrower was on there, wasn't it? I'm not sure what flamethrower would hit that. Yeah, whatever. Not super worried about it. Well, once we get some money or get some time, we'll go ahead and finish training Ollie up as well. Now that that 5-minute commentary is over, we'll go ahead and start heading up Snowslide Slope. Yeah, I basically just traded those Pokemon to my other game so that I didn't lose any ground here. And then stuck them in Pokejobs, and then when I ran out of time, went and spent all my money on vitamins. That's how I've been kind of training the last round of Pokemon. That scared the crap out of me. So we've already caught something on Snowslide Slope. We are heading up here primarily to find Regice. And then we're going to head back to Freezington because we haven't actually progressed the main storyline in a while. We could find a luxury ball salesman. That would be great as well. That's one of my main ways that I've been getting money in these is if you have lots of watts and you find someone selling luxury balls, you can buy them for like 30 watts a piece and then sell them for like several thousand Pokebucks. So if you have enough watts to buy a few hundred of them, it is a very large turnover. Unfortunately, the salesmen, I believe, are random. Jetpack is interesting. It's kind of there's a couple variations on that item. I think it's like the eject button or something like that is the original one, and basically it's when your HP gets low, you switch out, or in this case, when your stats get lowered, you switch out. I'm not sure how I feel about the stats lowered one. It doesn't feel great, because I guess I'm not sure how it would work. Because, like, theoretically, you could use that on something like... Would that work on something like Superpower? Where you're lowering your own stats? When the holder's stats are lowered. Yeah, so theoretically, you could use it as, like, build your own... I think I missed it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we went past it. Okay, we'll go back down. So yeah, you can use it as kind of like a build your own U-turn or a Volt Switch, I guess. Like use a move that lowers your stats and then force yourself to be swapped out after you attack. So you can kind of ignore the penalty for something like Superpower, like I said, or Close Combat that lower your defenses. Prevent yourself from having that actual vulnerability from defenses being lowered. The other option, though, would just be, I guess, to, like, protect yourself against Pokemon who are aggressively lowering your stats. But it would only lower it the first time, or it would only prevent it the first time. And it could be really bad if you were, like... You'd want to make sure you didn't put that on, like, the Pokemon that you were thinking about using your Dynamax on, for example. Okay, so this is the Cryogonal. Which we caught for story purposes only. I think you actually have to have it out walking with you for this as well, which is even more annoying. I just remembered how little money I had at the end of last video, and okay, we've got 16 Ultra Balls. So hopefully we'll be okay here. Swap Diagonal back out. The plan currently is to use Evelyn as the trade-in here. Evelyn has recovery, has decent hit points, has cursed body, which will believe temporarily disable moves. Yeah. Seems like a pretty good choice, and then obviously very high hit. I think we'll trade Skull Splitter out for the fact that we won't be using. It's not a good choice for this particular one. And actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and throw Registeel in as our backup, because Registeel's tanky. If you'd like to be a Registeel, please leave a comment, and I'll name it after you. Insert joke about sobriety tests. Okay. We'll go ahead and do Regice. So as with the last set, we're going to start off by using Thunder Wave on Ryan. It's going to use Icy Wind, that's fine. Icy Wind is very low power and is, yeah, that was a crit. All it does is lower speed, but we are already really slow. Like, these are all tanky Pokemon we're using. We're not aiming to outspeed Regice, and pretty soon here we're just going to be spamming, Pokeballs anyway. I think we're gonna swap out right now. I think Regice uses mostly special attacks. That's slightly problematic. Oh, special defense. Never mind. That's good. I take it all back. And we're just gonna use Shadow Ball because I think that should be fine. We want to make sure we don't kill it. Yeah, that's fine. It's gonna be a while. This is one of those where technically we could actually have probably swapped in Vaporeon. That actually would have been a really good one because, yeah, you get Aqua Ring down. So if we accidentally kill Regice, we will do that. But for now, we're just gonna spam Shadow Ball. Yeah. And hope it doesn't use Amnesia too much. Not because it's going to make it stronger, just because it's going to make this take longer. Let's go ahead and use Water Spout. We should be good with a Water Spout. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Water Spout is based on how much HP you have. It's more powerful based on your hit points. Ice Beam was disabled. Perfect. Downside of that is that an Amnesia will not be disabled. I do think that Water Spout did a little bit more, so we'll go ahead and spam that. Water Spout is specifically what makes Jellicent good. Basically, we are going to be able to get that high, because Jellicent has high natural HP. We literally, all of the EV training for Jellicent is special attack and HP. Oh. Zap Cannon is a thing, apparently. We'll do one more. I'm suddenly slightly nervous. I didn't realize that we were gonna have the potential of Zap Cannon being a thing. The good news is it can only use it once. Theoretically, it would be disabled after that. So maybe we do want to swap out after this just to be safe. Zap Cannon is very high power. It's only a 50% base accuracy, but it's one of those, if it actually hit, I would feel really bad. Let's go ahead and swap. Yeah, let's just go ahead and swap Registeel. We didn't want to use Registeel to attack anyway, so this works out really well. We're going to do the extremely conservative method here of start off with the least powerful Pokeballs and then ramp up slowly to the actual good ones. Hey, Zap Cannon hit. I am glad we made that decision. Like I said, Zap Cannon has like a 50% chance to hit, but it's very powerful if it does. So, just a good thing to keep in mind that I didn't realize with I figured bringing a water type against an ice type was a good matchup. Generally not very effective. Wow, 2 hits. Okay. But if it's got Zap Cannon, that makes that a lot less good for us. Well, so glad we didn't rely on Vaporeon after all of that tribulation to get any EVs. Sure. There we go. That was much less awful than the last few Regis. Go ahead. We will not be giving it a nickname because I do not have anybody else to name stuff after. Like I said, I've only got 2 people left, which we have specific requests for, and I have stuff in mind for. So we've only got one giant left, and this is the new one from this region. We're probably... Actually, do we have fly points now? Yeah, we've got places we can fly. We can get to the top of Snow Slide Slope. We're at the bottom. We've got the caves over here. Basically, now that we've gone into all of the... Basically, you get those for going to caves. So we can go back to Freezington and progress the story. I think... By the way, the last thing I think we're looking for is down here. No, it's up here. That's right, 3-point pass. Which we will get to later. We do want to go down here before too terribly long as well. But I think we're actually going to go ahead and wrap this video, and we'll pick back up next time, continuing the story at Freezington. So, hopefully you are still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave a note in the comments below. And specifically, if you would like to be a Regice or Regice, let me know. Assuming I haven't gotten too terribly far by then. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.